for the community here would be interested. Oh, the next meeting is March 23rd.
Thank you, Mrs. Sullivan. Old business, anything that the board members want to tackle? Old business? No? Before I start the regular announcements, Dr. Radigan, I understand we have a new hire.
Not exactly a new hire, but a new person to a position. As you know, Mr. Christopher Brockman is out on sabbatical, and Mrs. Erin Reichert has been our new tech integrator, doing a wonderful job, and we wanted her to come and be recognized. Please come up, Mrs. Reichert, to the microphone, say a few words. I know Dr. Shaw is very happy to have her on board. I've seen her on my travels around the schools, even helping kindergartens with iPads and things of that sort. So, Mrs. Reichert.
Good evening. Thank you for this opportunity for me to introduce myself. As you know, Christopher Rockman did leave, but I have assumed his role, and so far so good. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I have 2 young children at home. We live in the Pennridge School District. My daughter who's 5 and a son who's 2. And I would regret not telling you that as I was rehearsing what I wanted to share with you this evening at the dinner table tonight, my daughter wanted me to tell you all that she has red hair and it's long. She wanted me to make sure that I said that. I've been working in the district, so I am not really a new hire, just a different position. I've been in Pennridge for almost 11 years, where I started as a first grade teacher at Grass, and I've been at Diebler for the last almost 10 years. So I am familiar with some of the things that we do here, and I work closely with Chris, so the transition was very smooth and as easy as it could be for such a big job that he had. One of the most favorite things that he had us do was to go to each and every of the elementary schools and the middle schools to introduce me to the principals and assistant principals and a lot of the staff and faculty members, and that was a really valuable experience for me. I think it has helped me as I get started here in the position. We've been very busy, which is also wonderful, and I look forward to working with you all, as well as Dr. Scheid in the curriculum office, and looking forward to working with everybody within the Pennridge School District. And I have some more things to share with you, which I believe I will share at the March 6th technology meeting. So thank you all for your time, and I look forward to working with you.
Thank you. Announcements. The next regular school board meeting is scheduled for March 27th, 2017 at 7 p.m., presumably in room LGI 3.3 in the Pennridge High School. If not, we will notify people. Executive sessions were held on both January 31st and February 1st of 2017 for the discussion of terms and conditions of employment, the number of district employees, as well as labor and arbitration matters. And an executive session will follow tonight's meeting, and it will be for the purpose of discussion of terms and conditions of employment of a number of district employees, as well as the labor and arbitration matters. At this point, we're to public comment. Mrs. Furlong.
Sue Furlong, West Rock Hill Township. I wasn't going to mention this, I was just going to let it go by, but since you spent $9,000 tonight, I'm going to bring it up. I know you're buying new software. I think a lot of the problem that I see here is a lack of attention to detail. For instance, if you went to the school board's website today in the afternoon and you clicked on the upper right-hand corner where it has the meetings listed, it had tonight's meeting as occurring over at the high school. It also has the meetings that have been scheduled for here on Wednesday occurring at the high school. So I don't know that your new software will replace the human input, the human desire for accuracy. So I believe that you can spend your $9,000, but I would hope that some follow-up, some attention to detail, if you're sitting in a meeting and the school board announces, oh, guess what, we're going to meet at the middle school, that somebody clues in to go say, let me dot all the I's, cross all the T's, and make sure that the public is made aware. Also, I came to the ad hoc fundraising meeting, so I was looking at their input on the website, and it still says to contact Dr. Rivard. who's not been here for how long? So I don't know, you can spend your $9,000, but I think you have a serious issue with people not striving for excellence maybe, or even, something above mediocrity. Bavard hasn't been here for, what, a year and a half, 2 years now? And it's still there. And how hard is it to check the meeting place and make sure it says, go to the middle school for your board meeting? So, you spent your $9,000, but your human input, you're spending the money there too. It's just not happening. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to come? Yes, please come to the microphone and introduce yourself.
Members of the board, good evening. I'm Staff Sergeant Gilbert. I'm a detailed recruiter out of the Doylestown Army Recruiting Center. I met with Ms. DeBona about 3 months ago regarding some of the opportunities that we can give to the school of Pennridge. Typically when I talk to educators, they see me as a recruiter and they think I just want to take their kids out of the school, and that's not necessarily true. My job functions as a recruiter, but it also functions as a career counselor. I was not sure why I was sent to Doylestown to recruit out of. I'm originally from the South, so I was not sure why when I asked. It's because I have a master's degree in science for cybersecurity. At the end of this year, I'll have a master's degree in business administration. This is a very college-producing area. It's the area where smart people come from, and I'm glad to be working here with all those students that are here. When I generally talk to students, anywhere from 500 to 750 a month, spread out through the entire footprint that we cover, they generally don't know some of the opportunities that are there for the military. I briefly presented it to Ms. DeBona, and she was all about it, but she gave me the impression that there was not enough time in the school year, and there was not enough time for me to address all juniors and seniors for 1 hour, just to talk about the benefits not of the Army, but of the military, so that they are educated. And the reason that is said is because the majority of the individuals that have parents and educators are Generation Xers. Generation Xers generally, typically during that time, they were told, go to college, get a degree in something successful, and that is your measure of success. And then the millennials came, that is my generation, and we are the worst, period, generation ever. And now we have the kids that are in school now, and they're Generation Z. Generation Z is, they are defined as individuals that want to go out and strive for something that has a passion. For example, student Kevin Riley, who is a senior enlisted in the regular Army, he had plenty of opportunities and he was accepted to 4 colleges, but didn't know what he wanted to study and wanted to confirm or deny his passion. And he's not an isolated incident in your high school. So because of the generational difference between Generation X and now where we sit with Generation Z, the populace, with their lack of knowledge on what offers that the military can give from service to just going to college, there's a disconnect. With that being said, there are plenty of competitive strategies that military service offers, not just through active duty service, but through reserve service. I'm here speaking on all branches of the military, but to cite specific examples from an Army Reserve standpoint, is that there's a competitive strategy for a student who has a 2.9 GPA to be accepted into West Point, which is an Ivy League school. There's a young man out of Trenton, New Jersey, and I have slides here to show you if you would like, that was accepted into West Point. Individual out of Northern PA applied to University of Michigan's biology program, was denied, enlisted in the Army Reserves, reapplied, and was accepted into the program. Not because his GPA wasn't high enough, but it wasn't high enough for that program necessarily. So with some of the competitive strategies we offer, students as a whole do not understand what opportunities are out there for them. And all I'm asking is that I'm given 1 hour or another time to come back and present the full idea of 1 hour to speak to all juniors and seniors in one fell swoop and allow them to talk to all branches at the same time. No different when they get to talk to the colleges at a college and career fair. However, we are there at a college and career fair, but there's 70 colleges there and there's 2 branches of the military there. I would like a day that's dedicated to where the students have the opportunity to talk to us during the school day. So I think that's about what I have.
Thank you for bringing it up, and certainly we will reconsider the request.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name's Tina Gerhart. I have 2 kids in the school district, one at Deibler and one at North. Mrs. Reichert is my son's favorite teacher. He's now at North, so she's a good choice. We really love her. But anyway, that's not why I'm here tonight. Why I'm here is probably a little premature, as it hasn't come up in our district yet. But with the upcoming curriculum discussion and meeting that's coming, I thought I would address it. I would like to preemptively mention the need for legitimate climate science coverage in our district. I'm prompted by the recent stories in the neighborhood communities, such as Saucon Valley, Quakertown, and Central Bucks school districts. Climate change is not a hoax, and it has a consensus of just over 97%. It is a theory with large support within the scientific community. Theories are not hypotheses, they are evidence-backed, highly researched conclusions that are under rigorous scrutiny before any consensus is made. The research is done methodically over a long period of time before a consensus is reached. I've been speaking with other parents in the community, and it is a fear that they have. They fear that this is a calculated move to delegitimize climate science, and it will come to our school next. The school district should not be a place to proliferate political propaganda by denying the severity of climate change. This will only hurt the students and leave them unprepared for the future. Renewable energy is now becoming a growing employment field, so let's encourage the students to take the avenues that will make them employable as adults. If it's it's an up-and-coming industry, so to not even expose them to any science behind it is a mistake. As our economy shifts to safer methods of energy production, the students should be taught the science behind the shift and not be denied the opportunity to hear the evidence-backed lessons. So I know it hasn't come up, but before it does, I thought it would probably be a good idea to mention it, because it is something that's talked about in the community. Thanks.
Thank you.